GLP-1 manufacturers are being sued in federal court. Novo Nordisk, who owns Ozempic most popularly, is estimated to have to pay out $2 billion for Ozempic lawsuits. So people who are experiencing life-threatening and life-altering complications after taking Ozempic are typically eligible to file. There are some things that restrict you from filing. I'll go over that a little bit later in this video. So in recent years, obviously popularity for GLP-1s have exploded. For this federal lawsuit, it is name brand only. Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk are the main two defendants. So Wegovy, Ozempic, Mounjaro, Zepbound. We have a full list on our website, lawsuittracker.org. So many of the side effects, right, would not be included in this lawsuit if they were properly warned for on the warning label. The injuries that are typically accepted for this litigation are stomach paralysis / gastroparesis, but you have to have a gastric emptying test to diagnose you with that condition. That one gets a lot of flack back and forth. Some people say delayed gastric emptying is how these work and that shouldn't be included in this, but other people will say no, gastroparesis or stomach paralysis is a next step forward. It's not properly warned for. It's ruined some people's lives. It's caused some people to unfortunately pass. So it is included in this lawsuit. A bowel blockage or an ileus, blindness, specifically NAION, N-A-I-O-N, and some vision problems are also being looked at depending. Obviously, this is going to be not like diabetes related. Sometimes diabetes causes certain types of vision issues. They're specifically looking at specific diagnoses to determine that it was in fact a GLP-1 that caused it, and that's why the defendants are held liable. Of course, the defendants are going to try to fight this in court, but that's kind of where we are right now. And then blood clots, DVT, and pulmonary embolisms. Pulmonary embolisms are just a blood clot of the lungs. So typically to qualify to join this lawsuit, you have to have proof that you used Ozempic or one of the other GLP-1 name brand medications that I named. You have to have documented health issues directly related to using Ozempic. So that would just go through medical records. And then additional evidence of financial hardship due to Ozempic related health conditions like hospital costs and things can also typically be included. So if you have any documentation of that, you can also give that to your lawyer. So some eligibility exclusions in this lawsuit. So if you are currently being treated for cancer, if you've had gastric bypass surgery, gastric banding, or gastric sleeve surgery, if you started taking the drug after March of 2022, and this is specifically for gallbladder injuries because Novo Nordisk added a gallbladder warning in March of 2022. So if you took the drug after that and then you had gallbladder issues, it does not fall into this lawsuit because this is a failure to warn lawsuit mainly. If your symptoms began more than 6 months after starting treatment, if you've taken an off-brand or compounded version, that is not included in this lawsuit again because we are specifically, well, not we, but this lawsuit is specifically suing the manufacturers, Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk. So if you took a generic brand, they are not held liable. And then lastly, and this one's not the most unfortunate, but is unfortunate in some cases, if the statute of limitations for your state has passed. So certain states, like Kentucky, for example, have a 1-year statute. So say you didn't hear about this, but your statute is up in your state, you can't file. The statute has, expired. Some other states, it varies. There may be a discovery rule, but for that, you'll want to contact an attorney. You can also check out lawsuittracker.org, see if you qualify, and read up a little bit more on this lawsuit.